Dear students, I have left a few questions in section C. So let's discuss that. The B part of question number 30 was what is double circulation. So you have to define double circulation. Double circulation is termed as double circulation in mammals because the blood moves through our heart two times. One time oxygenated blood and another time deoxygenated blood, or you can also differentiate on the basis of or define on the basis of two types of circulation involved in it, that is pulmonary circulation, which is related to lungs, and the second was systemic circulation, which covers the entire body, rest of the body circulation. So the details of that circulation should be explained, pulmonary and systemic in double circulation. Why right and left parts are separated in the heart? Simply just to prevent the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, because our body parts, oxygenated blood is carried in different blood vessels and carried to different body parts, and deoxygenated blood is carried in different vessels, and it prevents the mixing of both the bloods in our heart. Next is a difference between biodegradable and degradable waste. Biodegradable waste which do not decompose easily, and non-biodegradable which decompose easily are called biodegradable, and which do not decompose easily are called non-biodegradable waste. Now biodegradable waste, how it affects our environment: it emits a very foul smell while degradation is taking place, and microbial diseases or infection starts spreading around the area where degradation is taking place. And non-biodegradable, it causes the accumulation of the waste in the environment and lead to the pollution of water, soil, etc. And if they are burned, then air pollution is also caused due to liberation of the pollutant gases. Next is section D. Asexual reproduction has been asked to explain in Hydra. It takes place by budding, in which a lateral bud develops from the lateral side of the Hydra, and it develops mouth and tentacles. When it is fully developed, then it detaches itself from the parent body and starts the solitary life. And next is fragmentation, in which any part of the Hydra body, broken part of the body, develops into a full complete Hydra. So both are the modes of the asexual reproduction in Hydra. Vegetative propagation is the development of plants or cultivation of plants by any vegetative parts of the plant, maybe a bud or leaf or a stem cutting. There are many advantages of vegetative propagation. The main are that the advantageous traits that are present in the parents, they can be preserved because we are using the vegetative parts of the plant. No variation is caused, and two parents here are not required, obviously, because we are only dealing with one plant, and is a very cheap, easy and rapid process of reproduction or development of the plants. Question number 36 was asked to give you the 5 equations. Number first was oxidation or combustion of methane. So I have written the complete balanced equation: oxidation of ethanol, hydrogenation of ethene. Esterification reaction, you can write any esterification reaction because it is between alcohol and an acid, and a saponification reaction. So these are the complete balanced equation of the various reactions that has been asked. Next is you have to draw the two structural isomers of butane. So number one is N-butane, normal butane, and second was isobutane, that is 2-methyl propane. They have asked you to name draw the structures of propanol. So this is the structure of propanol. 3 carbon atoms are there, and alcoholic group is there, and propanone, a ketonic group, is there. Next, they have asked you to write the third homologue name in alcohol, that is propanol, because number first was methanol, ethanol, and third homologue is propanol. And in aldehyde, the third homologue, number first is methanol, ethanol, and third is propanol. So propanol and propanol is the answer of the third homologue of alcohol and aldehyde. Then they have asked you to name the structures drawn. Number first is of benzene, and second was that of butene. You can also write 1-butene or simply butene or but1ene. Next, they have asked you to draw the bonding, show the bonding in nitrogen molecules. So nitrogen shares 3 electrons to attain electronic configuration by sharing it with another atom of nitrogen, and the bond formed between 2 nitrogen atoms in a nitrogen molecule is a triple covalent bond. Next section is section E, question number 37, in which they have asked you in question number 1 that why there is a difference in the character of the progeny, even they are developed from the same parent, but there is a difference from the parents in the progeny in the characters. That is due to variation. New genetic combination results in variation. What is the difference between F1 and F2 generation? F1 generation represents first generation, first filial generation, in which the dissimilar parents are used, like capital TT, small tt. And F2 generation is the second filial generation in which both the parents are similar, capital T small t and capital T small t. That is, heterozygous plants are used for the same character, so the similar parents are used. This is one of the difference that you can write. Question number third part in the same is, what is the use of variation? Variation helps in adapting according to the how it helps in surviving the race, because variation helps in the advantageous characters develop and are inherited in the future generations and help them to adapt according to the natural conditions, because they are selected by nature, and gradually they accumulate in the generations and lead to the evolution. In the next part, or is there. In second part, they have asked you, given a dihybrid cross, and they have asked you to write all the 4 combinations of the gametes formed by the crossing of first generation. So these are the 4 types of combination of the gametes, in which the 2 new combinations are made is capital R small y and small r capital Y. And why these new combinations result in the showing of characters which are not similar those of parents in F2 generation? That is due to law of independent assortment, which says that during the formation of gametes, suppose we have taken 2 characters, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y. These are 2 characters in a hybrid cross. So these 2 characters, they assort independently of each other, one in each gamete, and they neither mix with each other nor they blend with each other. So the gametes they will form this capital R, capital Y. This round character will assort independently, and this yellow character will assort independently in each gamete, capital R, capital Y. So it will 4 types of gametes are formed, but they assort independently to each other. This round and yellow, they neither mix with each other, nor they affect each other, nor they blend with each other, and they assort independently, one in each gamete. This will go one in each gamete, this will go one in each gamete, without affecting the other character. Okay, so that is termed as law of independent assortment. Next is question number 39, in which they have asked you to draw structure to show the transfer of electrons from magnesium to chlorine. So this is a structure showing the transfer of electrons from magnesium to chlorine. Second was a solid state. You have to write the 2 physical properties of ionic compounds. So that is, one is crystalline, definite crystal lattice. They exist in solid state in a definite crystal arrangement, and they are non-volatile. Next was, they ask you how sodium attains stability in NaCl, that is by losing its 1 electron to chlorine, because sodium has 1 electron in the valence shell and chlorine has 7 electrons. So if it will transfer 1 electron to chlorine, sodium is also stable and chlorine is also stable. Next is reasoning part, why solid ionic compound do not conduct electric current in solid state. Why? Because the ions are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction, and ions are not found in the free state. Why? What happens when at cathode, when NaCl is electrolyzed? So in that case, at cathode, hydrogen gas will be liberated. Why? Because although the sodium, it should be liberated at cathode, but because sodium is a very reactive metal, it immediately reacts with the water in the aqueous solution and ultimately liberates hydrogen gas. So you have to just write that hydrogen gas is liberated, but because reasoning is asked, you have to explain how hydrogen gas is liberated. You can also support your answer by writing the ionic equation. So this completes the answers of the sample paper of Science 2023, in which I have discussed all the chemistry and bio questions. Thank you.